Hello guys, today I'm going to be showing you the airblown inflatable Gemmy Yoda on presents. This thing is 6 feet. Got this thing at Valley Village for almost $11, and now I need to bring up something. I need to confess something right now. I am not a huge fan of Star Wars. Don't get me wrong, the first 3 movies are classics. Like, okay, maybe the third one's not all that good, but the first 2 are good. But anything outside of that, yeah, I don't really care for this franchise that much outside of those 2. Anyways, yeah, I never cared for Star Wars that much. I mean, especially when Disney got the property in like 2015 or 14 or something like that, and they kept throwing spin-offs and random movies. Heck, they even did a movie right now. There's a Star Wars movie in theaters right now, and no one cares about it. Oh, gee, Disney. You really think that milking a franchise that has long been past its prime, you really think people are really gonna fall for it now? It's been so long since Star Wars has been good, so yeah, no surprise there. But anyways, the reason, now you're asking, why did I pick this thing up then if I don't care for Star Wars all that much? I can see why people like Star Wars. It's just not for me though, but I don't know. I thought this one was kind of cool. He's on presents and he's Yoda. And you know, he's actually kind of cool. So he's a little goofy, but he's cool. So I'm like, what the heck? You never really get to see thrift stores have inflatables ever. So I just said, what the heck, pick this up. And so I did. It's unfortunately a cheap fan. Has a large cheap fan on it. This is kind of the era when Gemmy was starting to milk cheap fans. This is like one of the years when they started to oversaturate cheap fans. It wasn't that bad. But this is kind of the year where you really started to notice cheap fans kind of exploding in the stores compared to the previous years. But here's 2015 Gemmy. Man, it's so sad to see what this company turned into. Look, I know that people are going to say I'm defending Gemmy, and I kind of am. But, I mean, look at her Halloween 2026 Walmart stuff. I mean, that is just so sad. The prototypes are a million times better than the actual items. They look like cheap rip-offs compared to the real item, the real prototype, and it's just so sad. Gemmy's cost-cutting so much now that their items just look like knockoffs compared to the prototype, which wasn't even supposed to be professionally made. Look, I don't hate Gemmy at all. And you know what? I'm not blaming Gemmy fully on this one. I generally think it's the greedy scumbags that work for all the retail stores. Think about it. Why would they go so hard on the prototypes? Why would they go so hard on the prototypes if they didn't care? The prototypes are still great, but the item, and they show that they still got it. But the actual release items are just licensed slop, or you'll barely find any actual non-licensed items anymore. And I'm kind of tired of licensed items for Gemmy anyways. And I generally think it's the retailer's fault that Gemmy's went down this path. Because they've been asking Gemmy to cost cut as much as possible, and no one have lately. A lot of retail stores have been cheaping out a lot of stuff. I am not surprised. And I think Halloween and Christmas decor have been getting it the worst. But you know what? I think of all the companies right now, I think Gemmy's getting it the worst. Once legendary company just kind of isn't all that good anymore. And I don't fully blame Gemmy here. And I actually been to the company before. These people are actually generally good people who have talent and know what they're doing and can make memories and make fun moments and all that. And I feel so bad for them that, just to see what they are now compared to what they were like 2 decades ago is so sad. And this is kind of a step into like the license, like milking a little bit. This is kind of like the start of it. Like around 2015 and 16, they started to focus a little more on license items. But even then, they still had a good bit of original stuff that was still pretty decent. Even in 2016 and 15 and 17. Well, I mean, I've just been rambling this whole time, and we haven't even got to the inflation yet, so, that's not really important right now, so let's get to the inflation itself. Alright, so here's the inflatable. It's in pretty good shape. Yeah, this one has a large cheap fan, and it has 3 LEDs, and enough. Let's inflate this thing. Here's the 2015 adapters they had that year. Definitely a little different to what we have now. This was slow at lows. Here it comes. It's gonna take a second here. Hold on a minute. Hold on. And there you go. That is the 6-foot Yoda on presents. So this one, has a good bit of detail on it. So there's a little bit to look over here. So I kind of like how the presents are kind of like stacked in different ways. I kind of like how this one's more straightforward while this one's more sideways. Candy cane's a nice touch. Makes it more unique. I think the face looks pretty good on it. This isn't the first year that Gemmy made inflatables for Star Wars. But yeah, you can definitely tell this one. You can definitely tell that this one has. You can definitely tell this one has pretty good detail on it. This candy cane doesn't really stand up all that terribly well. Kind of sags a little bit. To be fair, it is 11 years old already. I'm sorry to make you feel old, but this thing's 11 years old already. Wow. 2015. Jeez. Where has the time went? But really. So let me show you the LEDs. It has 2 stake attachments here. 1 LED here, 1 here, and 1 right here. This thing is 3. They're a little dim, but yeah, cheap fan LED lights are pretty infamous for being less than stellar, let's just say. Even after a year, these things could go dim pretty dang quickly. And I have experienced this many times before. I'm surprised the LEDs are still kind of lit, just knowing how old this one is, and the cheap fans being kind of cheaply made, so that's a little surprising, but this inflatable inflates pretty good. Not amazing, but pretty good. Has a large cheap fan on it, so inflates pretty decently, so anyways, yeah, I don't have much else to say here, so if you liked the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.